Of course, we want, oh, thank you. We want there to be a good amount of equity among all of you, but also give you the freedom to do what you need to do. Any questions with any of this? So the first part is all churches, all host sites, and I apologize, is Sigma Chi here? We do have one non-church host this year, which is Sigma Chi Fraternity. So 3 toys per child, and that's 12 years or younger. Teens will get a gift card for $30. Each family will get a meat protein card for $10 in lieu of actually handing out hams, and a food card of $30 for families with 5 or fewer, and $40 for 6 or more in the family. Gift wrap and tape, and I think a lot of you will probably get back to actually gift wrapping, and make sure you check little things like batteries. Nothing worse than a toy that needs batteries and there's no batteries. Most churches, and this is just an informal survey that we've done, will also do at least 1 clothing outfit per child, 1 stuffed animal, winter hat, glove set, a book, a blanket per family. Some actually do a blanket or quilt per person or child, and then homemade cookies to go with their Christmas dinner. Some, and this is fewer than most, are doing large gifts. That's one that I think separates some. And some do the large gifts per family. Some do as many as they could get donated and do some kind of raffle or giveaway. Diapers for families with infants, household items in a basket. So anything to personal hygiene, to cleaning products, paper products, anything you can't get with SNAP money. Food items, some of you are actually giving bags of groceries or a bag of groceries. And then a family gift of a board game or a puzzle, and then the per child, per teen blanket or quilt. Any questions about any of that? Okay. We do expect everyone to fill out an evaluation at the end. And we will be purchasing the gift cards and the food cards probably within the next month or so, so 2 or 3 weeks. And we expect payment for those when you actually pick up. So if you want to pay us early, that's great, but definitely we need that money by December 8th, which is the pickup date for packets and things like that. I'll let you go through the rest of the handbook on your own, but there's a lot of helpful information there. And again, you don't need to print it. It's available hyperlinked through this agenda and also hyperlinked on the portal. Just to give you an update on where we're at, I had very little to do with it. Josh and his team have registered 636 families, the equivalent of 1,811 children. 323 of those are teenagers. So unless you've told us that due to financial concerns within your church, you cannot do the average amount of teens, every site is going to get somewhere around 18% of your totals going to be teenagers. Any questions? I think this is one of our biggest numbers in years, which is great. We actually, Josh doesn't know this yet, but we actually got an email from the track team who wants 2 or 3 families, Purdue's track team. So our number will go up a few. This does include Jubilee Christmas Part 2, correct, Josh?
Yes, it does. And we haven't assigned out all of those families. We probably held back like 8 to 10 families from the regular assignment and 8 or so from Jubilee 2. And my plan is that when all the other Christmas programs in the area are full, we'll have, 18 or so families we can still assist. So it's possible that some of your churches, if we haven't reached the number that you might not initially get assigned the number you requested, you might be 1 or 2 down from that, and we'll assign those in November as all the other programs fill up. So.
Awesome. Thank you. All you need to worry about is you'll get your number sometime before the first week in November, the latest at the next meeting. Already mentioned, we thank you for everyone that turned in your covenants, and if Central Pres and Riverside and Good Shepherd are here, we'll hopefully get yours within the next 48 hours or so.
Have you sent reminders to them? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes, I have. I did that.
Because I can follow up with Good Shepherd because they partner with us.
That would be
St.
great.
John's.
Yeah, I sent reminders a day or two ago.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that would be great.
That is the survey that you originally sent. Is that right?
It is not the survey. It is different from the survey. It is a more in-depth document than the survey.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Sure.
And that hyperlink will take you right to the form. And if you go to the portal, I put the link at the very top of the page so you guys can find it. I'm going to talk about volunteers a little later, but as you know, it's never too early to start recruiting volunteers. And especially if you have really strong, trusted volunteers, make them like captains of certain areas. And then you'll have less to worry about the day of. Health and safety, we talked a little bit about that. I mean, I think COVID taught us a lot. Number one, that we could survive a pandemic, and number two, that it's never a bad idea to disinfect before you have guests come in, and have a lot of washing stations and making sure that people aren't sneezing on things. And I would not judge anyone for going into Jubilee with masks on if you want your volunteers to, but we're going to leave that up to the leadership of your church to decide what you need to do COVID wise, but we still want everyone to be safe and healthy. We'll talk a little bit more about weather at the November meeting. I don't think we have to worry about it now, although I'm freezing right now. But we will talk about what to do if we just can't do Jubilee because of really, really, really bad weather. Not sure why it says facility supplies, etc. Let us know if you have issues with any of that. We might be able to help. A few pro shopping tips that people have shared with us. Not necessarily these are our ideas, but people have shared them. And these are all hyperlinked. Sign Up Genius is a way to get people from literally all over the world to donate to you. They could sign up and ship, or they could sign up and, if they're local, bring things. So if you know what you need, use something like Sign Up Genius maybe to get people to sign up for that. Good 360 has not everything you might need, but check that out. It's a site that's put together for nonprofits, and you could buy bulk items, and they do have some toys on there. Is there anybody that's used Good 360 successfully? I know Bethany has. Well, if you have, you could either put it in the chat or you could interrupt me later. Amazon wish list, it's another useful tool. People could go online and actually ship things to you, or you could just put things online and tell people to bring them to you. It gives them an idea of what you're looking for. They don't have to buy it on Amazon, but at least you'll be able to point them in the right direction. I do like the Amazon wish list because they also have age categories during the holiday season. So you could, if you have a worry about getting toys for 8, 9, and 10-year-old boys, which we all do, then you could, grab that age category. There is one on the other side, Ollie's Bargain Outlet. They have been putting more and more toys out. And if you don't feel comfortable buying toys there, they have candy and books. They have a lot of gift wrap and things like that, gift bags, as we get closer to December. So check them out. And if you sign up for their rewards thing, they send out emails that give you blanket percentages off. They also are one of the easier stores to get your tax exempt to work. Any questions about any of those, or does anybody have any others that you've used successfully? We don't have any stock in Ollie's, but when Toys R Us closed a couple of years ago, they bought almost 100% of their inventory, and they still claim to have some of it that they're going to roll out this Christmas as well. I know you need volunteers, but I'm going to take this opportunity to share that LUM also needs volunteers. We have a donation center for anybody in the community that wants to give items or toys or books to Jubilee Christmas, but don't know any of your churches and don't know how to give to your churches. So we will be collecting toys starting the Monday after Thanksgiving through the Friday after Thanksgiving from 1 to 5 in our office. And then we move everything over to Oakland High School Monday, December 5th. We'll still be collecting toys from the public on that Monday and Tuesday. And we have at least one store, one restaurant, Grey House Coffee, who's doing their toy window again for Jubilee Christmas. So those will come in on that Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday as well. Then we shut down the donations because you all come in and shop if you need anything last minute. We also will be running a command center on the day of, so that if any family has a question or any host site or any volunteer has a question, we will have someone staffing the phone and the email and the website from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the LUM office. And the person who's usually staffing that is a full-time LUM staff member who knows all about Jubilee Christmas, has access to all the databases, all the information. So that's a good first call if you have a quick question on Jubilee Day. They will also be accepting the gifts for parents that you've shopped for but don't show up. So you could send those when you close up your Jubilee event. You could send those in packets over to the LUM office anytime between 9 and 5. We just ask that you put the gift cards in an envelope and staple them to the top of the bag so they don't get lost at the bottom. And we'll register those. What I usually do, or maybe Josh will do it this year, so we usually come in on Sunday and call them on Sunday and say, hey, we're here. You can come pick them up. And we'll organize them on Sunday so that the staff on Monday will then be able to distribute them as people trickle in to pick them up. If they don't pick them up by Wednesday, then we break them down and distribute them. The food goes to one of our 2 food pantries, and the rest of the items go to the other agencies that we share things with. Let's see. Also on that Saturday, if you have surplus toys, which we hope you do, because we're going to sign up 50 families to what we call Jubilee Christmas Part 2. So Jubilee Christmas Part 2, these families are told that they will have access to your surplus toys, which are usually very good quality, and there's a lot of them, but they won't get the food card or anything for their teen. They won't get a teen card. We also give them the option to sign up for the other 2 programs in town. So Faith is doing Christmas for Everyone again, and Salvation Army is doing their Christmas assistance program. And those don't start registration until the end of October through the 1st of November. So we're going to give them a chance to sign up for those. And we have Jubilee 2, which we usually put 50 families in, and then Jubilee 3, we'll put as many as 25 in Jubilee 3. Now that's what's left over from the surplus after 50 families have been through, but it's better than no Christmas at all. We will take from you anything you're willing to give us. We will take clothes, we will take food. We have a team of people that work kind of like an assembly line in the kitchen, and they'll package up Christmas cookies with whatever you give us. So every family will get at least a plate of Christmas cookies, household items. We'll take it all. We set it up like you do, with all the toys and everything out, so the families can shop based on the age. And if there is something that they see for a teenager, they're allowed to take it because they're not getting a gift card. But we don't give them more than what you give them. It's still only 3 toys and an outfit and possibly a puzzle or a game for the family, something like that. So, any questions about the timeline so far? The real detailed timeline is on the second page of the agenda. So right now we're saying that, Josh has been going through and assigning host sites to families. And we're trying to be careful to be fair to everybody. So you get somewhere around 18% teens, or we try to accommodate whatever requests you gave us. We start with zip codes. So the folks in Dayton can see the same families every year because they get the people that live in that direction. And the West Lafayette sites get all the West Lafayette people, but there typically aren't enough of West Lafayette people. Downtown also, we like to give people that live downtown a chance to walk if they want to, so the 47901s, and then we have our wonderful churches out in that strange little area, 47904, and we have a lot of 905s and 909s. But after that, we just try to give you a good selection of small families, medium-sized families, and we do have quite a few large ones this year, don't we, Josh? Have like, how many families with 8 children did we have?
Well, 7 or 8, we only had a couple, but
Okay.
A handful. But many of your churches will have gotten a family with at least one family with 6, and a few of the churches, we just kind of have to spread them out. A few of the churches have gotten some families with 7 or 8, or even one with 10. We've just tried to be careful and spread them out as much as we can. So.
Yes, someone has to have the family of 11 children. So I apologize in advance. And we also look at Spanish speaking. We know that the LDS church always has a lot of Spanish speaking hosts, and that's wonderful to have that for the Spanish speaking families. And there was one other church, I think, that we heard from that said they had some Spanish speakers. Do you remember, Josh?
We have a Spanish speaker at St. John's. Our new curate is fluent in Spanish.
Hey, at Lafayette Friends, we have at least 2 fluent Spanish speakers.
Awesome.
Maybe more, actually.
If you do have Spanish speaking hosts, if you wouldn't mind putting that in the chat.
I'm not sure we've gotten much in terms of families who have specifically told us they are Spanish speaking only.
Okay. Maybe it's not as big an issue here.
Might that be an issue? I know we have a couple coming to Jubilee too, but I'm not sure that I've seen a whole lot of comments in terms of Spanish speaking beyond that. So.
Okay, great. Okay. So like I said, Josh is working hard to get everything assigned to you all so that we could send the letter out and the ticket out to the families sooner than Monday the 7th, which has always been our deadline. So we'll let you know if it is sooner than that, and you might get information even before that November 8th meeting. But we'll still do that meeting just to see each other, at least in the little boxes. not face-to-face. And I think we might have talked about the rest of that. Oh, no, we haven't. Okay, so shopping for toys. If you need to shop for toys, please sign up for an appointment. If you don't have to. And that will happen on Tuesday afternoon. And the sign-up sheet is on the host portal, the link to it, so you can sign up for a time. We just don't want everybody showing up at once. If you have a real dire need, contact Josh directly, and we'll get you into that room maybe earlier than 1 p.m. Or you can give us a list of what you need, and we could look out for it even when toys are coming in. Questions about any of that?
You said by appointment to pick up the packets. Do we just call the office?
No, it's an online sign up. So if you go to the host portal, here, I'll go to the portal.
Okay.
And you go here where it says toy shopping and packet. So I'll click on the packet one. And you just sign up. So we've got 3 at 1 and 3 at 1:15. So every 15 minutes, we have 3 churches coming in to pick up the packets.
Sorry, I just lost the Zoom. I don't see your screen.
Does everybody else see the screen? You see? Yeah. Here, I'll make it bigger. I don't know if that
It'll be right on the top of the host portal. One of the first things you see.
Okay, good question. Good question. So we do that for a lot of reasons. Number one, we don't really want everyone showing up at once and not being ready for you. But also, if everyone signs up early, then we don't have to have volunteers later in the day. Okay, so that takes us through the week before Jubilee. We've already talked about the drop-off. The only thing I could think of that I haven't mentioned yet is the Dolly Parton. We'll connect with, I believe it's Rotary, and we'll every family that has a child who will not turn 5 soon will be given a form to fill out to be a part of the Rainbow Library, I think it is. It's part of the Dolly Parton Foundation, and our community is lucky that we have the Rotary sponsoring that. So if they sign up, those children will get a free book in the mail every month until they turn 5, thanks to that foundation. So if you want to collect those and give those to LUM, we will mail those in, or if you want to mail them in, but I'd really like them to fill them out on site and take them from them so we know that they're getting turned in. So that will be part of what you get on that pickup day. You'll get your gift cards, your food cards, your meat card, your evaluations, and your Dolly Parton thingies. And then just as an FYI, we do take all the toys that are left over on Monday morning to various agencies. Everything that we collect stays in Tippecanoe County. Whether it's, infant toys that go to the hospital or clothes that go to the clothes. We usually focus on the thrift stores that help the schools. So there's one at LSC and there's one at TSC. I'm not aware of one at the Catholic school, Christian school, or West Lafayette. So if you're aware of one, let me know and we'll get them to them as well. Food goes to our food pantries, and the toys go wherever we can give them out. A lot of them go to Right Steps. Okay, and then your evaluations are due a week after that, so the 19th. Any questions, concerns? We did a little bit of brainstorming last meeting, so I didn't think we needed to, but if anyone wants to share or anybody has any questions, I will stop sharing the screen so you could see everybody. Oh, I see all your faces. Hello, everyone. Josh, have we found a place for Heartland?
They were in conversations with Congress Street. And
okay.
I believe Congress Street was taking that to a committee to just get approval on. So, but I need to follow up on that.
If anybody needs blankets, let us know. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get them, but we usually do. So we usually get donated blankets and quilts, and we'll put them aside for the churches that don't have someone at the church already knitting and sewing.
We did have a group that reached out to us, and they do want to donate a bunch of the, the tie-up blankets. So.
Oh, I didn't realize Millie's does. That's the Lafayette Christian School. Millie's.
No, that's the Catholic schools.
Oh, that's Catholic school. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did know that. Okay, yeah, we'll share our stuff with you guys too.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Might be stupid. I'm going to risk it.
That's fine.
If the shopping for the extra toys that we can't get donated from our congregants is December 6th, what date? I mean, how far in advance do we have to sign up for a slot to come shop? If we ask our people to, donate toys and they still haven't arrived, I'm a little confused about the timing there.
Elizabeth, remind me what church you're with.
The Unitarian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think most churches, and some of you veterans, correct me if I'm wrong, put out a notice, whether it's a giving tree or just announcements at church, that you need toys and you need donations. And you may also say you need household items. So when it gets close, if you don't have what you need for your families, you take the money that's been donated and go shopping.
Yeah, I understand that. But
and if you
when do we have to sign up for
you
a
could
slot?
do it now, or you could wait. And if they fill up, and so it's just a rough estimate of how many people we need. If you just show up, we don't really care. We just don't want everyone showing up at once. But if you're really
a newer church, or if you're, I mean, I know, it's new coordinators, and some of the churches, we know just struggle a little bit more to get the donations. So if you think you're going to be in that boat or could be in that boat, sign up for one of the early spots now.
And then we could cancel if we have everything come in nice, generous waves of donations.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Can I say something? I do know that we go ahead and accept the toys regardless, because if nothing else, they still go back to LUM with the extra toys, and they'll just give them to the group of 50 and 25 or whatever.
Yep.
So sometimes
they're all
it's
going to
better
get
just
used
to
in the
sign
end.
up.
Okay.
And nothing's really set in stone. If you are panicking a week before, 2 weeks before, just give Josh an email, and
I will.
we may have things we can give you at that moment.
So I'll sign up now for both.
Yeah.
Both things now. Okay.
Yes, do so, please.
Anybody else have any questions? I will say that Josh has been doing an unbelievable job coordinating. So hopefully it all trickles down and everything works out well for everybody. And we will, day of, we're very interested in supporting you and checking out what you do. So I can't be at every one. I wish I could, but we will send ambassadors out from LUM to visit. Our goal is to hit every single one. So look out for us. We don't need any special attention. If it's our executive director, he might be being followed by media. That sometimes happens. but we definitely want to say, thank you to you, say hi to your volunteers, meet the leader of your church and say thank you as well, and get a quick bite of a cookie and move on to the next one. So,
Pablo, can I ask
yes.
a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
And I may have just missed this. You are planning to send out the link to each of the families to get their suggestions for toys like we have done in the last couple of years?
Yeah, we have been collecting. Well, I don't know how many of them have submitted it so far, but we have like 325, 350 toy forms submitted, or client information forms submitted. We'll obviously keep, trying to get those in. I don't know if everybody will submit them, but for everybody who has submitted them, we will give you information. And obviously you're free to reach out to the families that haven't submitted anything to say, hey, give us your toy form. Here's a link.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Another great question. Anybody else? Well, you're a very special group to us all year round, but especially this time of year. So if you call or email us, you're top of our list. We will get back to you immediately. We know how hard you're working to make this happen. And it's just awesome that we're able to impact over 1,800 children in the community, which is wonderful. The need, as we expected, was really, really high this year. It's the first time that we have filled up every single spot before we opened up registration. So everything filled through pre-registration, but luckily we were able to offer those 50 Jubilee Christmas Part 2 spots to the people that showed up for on-site registration, and give them information about the other two programs, which are great programs. Just to assure you, we do communicate with the leaders of those two programs quite regularly. And because we're first, we share with them our family list so that our families cannot sign up for another program in town. They're not allowed to sign up for more than one. And that happens occasionally, mostly by accident, or they prefer to go to another one, and we're fine. We'll release someone if they find out that Christmas for Everyone is a better deal for them than what we're offering. So we'll keep you posted. All right. Well, thank you all very much. I'm going to go back and watch the Yankees kill the Cleveland Guardians. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, everyone. Pablo, if you want to hold on a minute, we just got to make sure this recording is, properly. I think I've had some issues in the past. I've made a mistake or something. I've tried recording before, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't at the end of the day.
Oh, okay, it's recording, and I think when we shut down, it will take a few minutes to upload to Zoom.
Yeah.
But if you want, I could put that in the YouTube channel and do a private link.
Yeah, I think that's good, because we do have. I'll just share it out to all the coordinators if they want to watch again, and then the ones who couldn't make it, have quick access to it. So
cool. That was a pretty good meeting.
Yeah.
Usually there's more like brainstorming, but we did that the last meeting, and
yep,
I think they're good. So.
And Christina Schmidt, is she with St. Tom's?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I think they already had. I did assign them the family of 10, so that was quite good that she immediately offered to do it. So
yes, yeah,
already got it. So
it'll also give me the list of the chat, so I'll send that to you for whatever you need it for. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Pablo.
All right. Have a good evening.
Bye.